Hey everyone, welcome back to the sunny side. I'm Sunny, and today I'm gonna list. It looks like on the list today the top four sort of honorable mentions, most complicated signs of the zodiac. Everybody ready? This is pretty easy. I think you guys should be able to figure it out. But before we begin, I just want to remind everyone that I am a professional astrologer, and when you're ready for a personal reading, one of the best readings out there on YouTube, then simply follow the link in the description box, and you can do it right now if you want, and just follow the link and set up a personal reading right now. In addition to that, we have a really cool app out on the sunny side. It's called the Sunny Side Astrology, and just like the readings, when you're ready for one of the coolest apps out there, then just follow the link right now in the description box and just go and download the app for either for either Android or iPhone. All right, enough blah blah. Let's get back down to it. So, who are the most complicated signs? Let's start right away. Okay, so first of all, let's take a little rundown. What do you guys think? What do you guys think are the top four most complicated signs? Are they? So let's eliminate some really easy ones first. What do you think? Do you think Aries is a complicated sign? Not really. Not really. Aries is uh, the two signs that are or like the fire signs in general are very simple signs. They're the most what you see is what you get sign. Aries they're not complicated. They could be like annoying. Yeah, Aries ranks as one of the most annoying signs, but they're definitely not complicated. Actually, they're pretty straight ahead and extremely predictable. If you said you did something one way, I guarantee you Aries would say that they have a better way of doing it, and they're gonna nag your ass until you're like, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Aries is probably the number one sign of saying they could do it better. Oh my goodness. So Aries is not really complicated. They could be annoying, but not complicated. What about Sagittarius? Impossible, right? Sagittarius is the straightest shooting, least complicated sign, and they're not even like Sagittarius is not even stubborn. They're just like, this is it. They'll go without you. So Aries, Sagittarius, no way. They're the least complicated signs. In addition to that, we have Leo, another fire sign. Do you think Leo's complicated? Seriously? Leo's just doing their hair, man. That's not very complicated. Leo's doing their makeup. Leo's doing their hair. They just want to look good. I don't think there's very complicated in someone who looks good. All three of the fire signs are pretty much what you see is what you get signs. Um, what it is. That's a fire sign. Aries can be a touch subversive in their need to be the best, but truly, it's like not even close compared to the other signs. All right, who else can we eliminate here? So obviously, the fire signs they're not very complicated. What about the Earth signs? Do you think Taurus is complicated? You guys think Taurus is complicated? Seriously? Like Taurus, like you think gardening is complicated? Is that what you think? Do you think like being possessive is complicated? Actually, I didn't. Taurus didn't make the list today. But when you think about it like that, why are you so possessive? Why you got to be so complicated? Just let it go, let it go, let it go. Why you got to always, be mother? Why you always got to be? Taurus is not the most mothering sign out there at all, but Taurus is very possessive. Why you always go be so possessive? Why you got to be greedy all the time? Why you always got to do? That's not too complicated. Once you understand the way Taurus operates, they're pretty straight ahead. Taurus likes to accumulate things. They want you to succeed. Every those guys want you to succeed. Taurus is pretty. They're the most fixed of the fixed signs. So I wouldn't say that they're overtly loosey goosey or complicated in any way. They want to just do what they do. They're ruled by Venus. By and large, Venus tends to be straight ahead. All right, next, what else? Is Capricorn complicated? Not at all. Capricorn might be quiet. They might be doing their own thing. They might not agree with you, but they're doing their own thing. I'd say the most complicated Earth sign is probably Virgo, but Virgo, like Aries, isn't necessarily complicated. Virgo's just trying to help you, and Virgo might have their own personal complications within them. Virgos have a touch of manipulating the facts so that they always look right. Virgo is the most neurotic sign. Virgo is the most nervous sign. Virgo is the most, as much as Capricorn likes to look good or Leo likes to look good, Virgo very much wants to be good. Virgo is like the number one sign that wants to qualify themselves. Virgo is the number one sign of this is I'm good. One of the things Virgo really wants in life is to be validated. And as such, if they don't receive that validation, well, Virgo is, the number one thorn in your side sign. They can be the biggest. They can they could It's not about emotional nagging. It's just about nagging. Virgos have an innate insecurity that can cause problems for other people unless you satiate Virgo's intrinsic or natural, um, like, there's their need to be validated. Virgos have uh, you have to help Virgo with their self-esteem and let Virgo know that it's okay. And this is not an emotional situation with Virgo. It has to be a factual thing. Virgo is, one of the OCD signs. Anyways, that's it. But I don't think Virgo is complicated at all. You go by the book in public. In public, you follow the book. In private, you break out the whips and chains. That's Virgo. So it's very simple, if you ask me. And you'd be lucky to have a good Virgo on your team. If you don't have a good Virgo on your team, it really sucks. But if you have a good Virgo on your team, you count yourself lucky. All right, here we go. So now we're getting down to it. Who are the complicated signs? Okay. Next, air signs. Do 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 do. Let's see. Is Gemini complicated? Not really. Gemini is an information gathering sign. They are dynamic. It's one of the most dynamic signs of the zodiac. And as we progress, the more complicated a sign is, the more dynamic they are in more ways. So, Gemini, uh, so they're dynamic with a but. So, you'll find that the most complicated signs are actually emotionally dynamic signs. Whereas um, these signs right here, the air signs, are intellectually dynamic or conversationally, like information dynamic kind of people. They like conversation. Like the sign that says a good conversation is as good as good sex. That's Libra. Like Libra says that. Libra will talk, 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 and look at themselves in the mirror all the time, saying, "Hey, who's a pretty bird? Libra's a pretty bird." So that's the deal. Anyways, back to Gemini. Is Gemini complicated? Gemini is probably the most intellectually dynamic sign of the entire zodiac. They're always asking questions, and they're probably the slowest to decide. So, they can change their mind on a whim, right? They're a mutable sign. They can, you know, the balance, intellectual balance, or the ideas, the checks and balances of ideas or reasons to do things, rationalization, intellectually rationalizing something. Um, for Gemini, that can happen at the last moment. An idea can come in that will topple the scales in favor of a different idea, and that can leave you sideways when dealing with a Gemini. That's why they say never trust a Gemini. But if you've got tight game and you've got good reason to do what you're going to do, then Gemini will easily believe in you, if you've got the right reasons. And so that's the deal. Virgo, you have the right factual agreements. Gemini, Virgo, tangible reasons to do something. Gemini, you have the intellectual, the ideas. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. I see what you're doing. Let's go do this. If then. They're very if then kind of guys. But are they complicated? They're dynamic. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Expect a lot of conversations. Expect to be, you better kiss both cheeks when you're doing a Gemini, hanging with a Gemini. And I'm not just talking about the ones on the face. All right, next. Who else would rank here? Who else is close? We're getting close to running out of signs here. What about Libra? Are they complicated? Are they complicated? Seriously. Is a Libra a complicated sign? I don't really think so. Libra might appear complicated, but they're not. Like most things that happen with Libra, most of the bad rap that Libra gets has entirely everything to do with you projecting onto Libra and less than Libra actually doing stuff. Although, make no mistake, Libra does do a lot of stuff after the fact to cover their tail. You know, Libra does a lot of stupid stuff, and then, or they do a lot of things, and like Libra is not um void of remorse, meaning, yeah, Libra, you could pump and dump a Libra real fast. You can like take Libra sideways anytime you want. They are a very easily manipulated sign. And Libra's very smart, so they know. And Libras give in very easily. And there's a secret to that. I'm not going to tell you the secret on this video, but there's a secret to manipulating Libras. But but Libras, they are a cardinal sign. So when they feel their remorse, and they sure do, or they feel regret, and they sure do, especially if people find out and people pressure Libra, which they sure do, Libra will take the action to absolutely F your game up so hard it's not even funny. Libra is like this. All Libras carry around one of these. All Libras have one of these. And they will take it and they will shove it right up your wazoo. So be careful. So Libra likes to give and Libra likes to take. So like Libra's not complicated. Libra is not complicated. They're actually very simple, very honest. Libra's not an honest sign at all. I apologize for that. Sorry for anybody who's trying to seduce a Libra here. They're not honest signs. They're the sign of not telling you the entire truth. So they're the sign of they're one of the signs who's not entirely honest. But are they complicated? No. Libras are not complicated. They're just pretending to like you. That's what it is. Libra's just killing time. They're just they're just hanging with you until their boyfriend shows up, or they're just waiting until the money truck rolls in, or they're just waiting until you're out of money, or you're out of weed, or you're out of booze, or whatever. Libra's the sign of, let's I'm hanging with you, let's do it. And they're gonna they're there until they're there, and then they're gone, and they will go, and they don't really need you, because Libra, even though Libra is a sign of the partnership, Libra's a cardinal sign. They're more than willing to hit the boogie. All right, next. But the Libra is not complicated. And once you understand how a Libra operates, it's not complicated at all. Actually, all of the signs up until right now they're not complicated. You just have to understand how their root programming, their core programming, and then they're pretty easy. All right, you guys ready? So who's number 4 on the list? Well, number 4 is definitely a fixed sign. As for the rest of the signs on the list, the most complicated signs, these are guys that you think they're going to do one thing, they tell you they're going to do one thing, and they think they're going to do something, and they're not. Or they're going to you can give them everything in the world and they're not happy. They're going to you could do everything that they want to do, and at the end of the game they're going to be like and they're probably going to stab you because of each of one of these signs coming up. They're ridiculously predictable in their unpredictableness. They're in their unpredictability. They are definitely willing. These guys are straight sideways actions from here on out. They're complicated. They're tough to figure out. All right, first up, number 4. Number 4, we have a fixed, as in stubborn, ruled by Uranus, which is the planet of revolution. They are also rulers of the 11th house, which is friends with benefits. They also rule, more than likely, communism, because they want everything equal for everybody, but try and really get them to play by some rules, and they're not going to. And that is Aquadorcus. Yeah, Aquadorcus. All right, now here we go. the deal with Aquarius is Aquarius wants the best for everybody. You know, they're a humanitarian sign. So it's kind of raising everybody to the same level, or they want some kind of fairness, some sort of sign of fair play. It's kind of like what you would think Libra to be, except Libra is, you would, everything that you think of Libra in terms of balance and fair play and that all the stereotype of Libra, that's really Aquarius. Except, you know, the difference is the real Libra is kind of this and that. Real Gemini is this, you know, here, there, bringing it all in. This. What about this? What about this? What about this? Libra is what about this? Like, what, you know, it's Libra and Gemini is very, they're both very, what about this kind of signs. Aqua isn't like that. They are fixed. So they're not asking the question, what about this? Aqua is telling you, this is the way it is. This is the way it is. And they're stubborn about it. And if they're wrong, they don't care, right? Don't care. Their original ruler is Saturn. Saturn is a planet that takes away. It's discipline, hard work. And when you're ruled by discipline and hard work and being reserved and cautious, then just like Capricorn, right? Think about Capricorn. They're reserved, they're cautious, they take their chances, very calculated risks. So imagine all of this. It's like an egg, right? It's a very strong yet fragile egg. Aquarius is like a strong, impenetrable kind of thing. But then Uranus comes along and smashes this egg all over the place. That's Aquarius. And then you got egg on your face. You got eggs, empty condoms, used up condoms that aren't even yours. And you got glitter on everything, and all your booze is gone, and there's like a half pizza on the floor from 2 days ago, and you're like, what the hell happened? What the hell happened? I thought we were just gonna watch the hockey game. Next thing you know, there's like 75 people in your apartment, and like everybody's having fun except you because you gotta go outside and talk to the cops, and then like, and you gotta pay for everything. Oh, it's brutal, man. So, does that make Aquarius complicated? It sure does. Yuck. And then they find out they're vegetarian, and you're like, oh man, who ordered a pizza with extra tomato? Why would you do that? Why would you order a pizza with extra tomato? Ugh, that's anyways. That's just complicated, man. Double cheese pepperoni. I don't see what the problem is with that. What else did I write down here? All right. So Aquarius seems complicated because they're a little communist. All right, I'm not sure what I meant when I wrote that, but okay. Aquarius wants the best for everyone. I don't see how that's complicated. Oh, here, continue. It's not a bad thing, but how they achieve it can often be a problem. Yeah, no kidding. Aquarius tends to rewrite the rules to achieve their own goals. They sure do. And they are stubborn as ass. That's right. So it gets complicated. Number 4. I wouldn't push your luck with these guys. Aquarius. They're not going to stab you in the ass. But they're not going to stab. If an Aquarius is going to stab you in the ass, they'll lube it up first. So just go watch it. So it's not the worst things in the world. The next 3 signs, they don't use lube. They don't care. And they're going to do it again and again and again. And that brings us to number 3. Who's a complicated sign? Sonny. Oh, I guess I gave it away. Who's a complicated sign? Number 3. Who do you guys think? So what's a sign that's stubborn like Aquarius, but they're stubborn like Aquarius, they're aloof like Aquarius, on the inside they're cold as ice, and they're expressionless like Aquarius. They can be expressionless like Aquarius, but at the same time they want to help everybody. What kind of sign walks around trying to help everybody? They rule the 8th house, which is taking care of your possessions, taking care of your stuff. You want to know what's complicated? The house that these guys rule, that's number 3, and I'll tell you the name in a second. The sign is taking care of other people's stuff, right? It's inheritances, and it's legal, winning legal battles, it's child support payments, etc. But it's also the sign of house of death. So let me get this straight. You're gonna take care. So this guy comes knocking on your door. So let me get this straight. You're gonna take care of all of my stuff, and you're responsible for death? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Ruled by Pluto, my friends, the 3rd most complicated sign of the zodiac, and that's Scorpio. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, Sonny, you always put Scorpio on the list. How come you always put Scorpio? Yeah, yeah. Well, that wasn't very your comments not very complicated to be honest. All right, Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio ruled by Pluto. So they are a dark pain in the ass. Scorpio, like Aquarius, they think they know everything. They are extremely arrogant. Scorpio and Aquarius are the most arrogant signs of the zodiac. They're not the most. Like Leo gets the rap for being arrogant, but Leo is kind of playful, right? So all the fixed signs are the arrogant signs. All right, that's a different video. All right, what else do we have here? So Scorpio is extremely arrogant, but they are probably one of the biggest FOS signs of the entire zodiac. You hear it over and over again. Scorpio, you're just full of it. You're full of it. You're full of it. You're full of it. It's not that Scorpio's full of it. It's that Scorpio is Scorpio, like the other water signs, uh, are raging in passion. Imagine this. You guys think Scorpio is like the scorpion or Scorpio is ice or this or that. But Scorpio is represented by the phoenix, which is the songbird of Arabia. The phoenix sits on the well singing to itself. And they say the five notes of the phoenix's uh, song represent the five notes of the pentatonic scale. But the phoenix sits there in a desert. Like it's Scorpio's thirsty for this emotion. It's a desert, and they're dry, they're parched, and they're frozen. It's ice, and they're singing, and they want this love and desire and to play. And they have all of this power. And I don't know if they really have all of this power. They're just alone in the desert, so like there's no competition. But they've got all of this kind of action, and it's welling up, and it's welling up, and it's welling up, and it's so dry, and they're emotionally parched, and they're like, hey, what the casque say, my man? Let's get some boogie going on here. And they're like, all this like rage, and they're like, ah! That's the action. Makes sense? Yeah, it's a little complicated, right? And you're looking at them and you go, hey, dude, what's the problem? Like, just go do it. Scorpio might be one of the biggest closet drama queens of the entire zodiac. Yeah, Leo is a drama queen. Yeah, Pisces, drama queen. But uh like Aquarius can be a drama queen too. But like Scorpio, like ice, drama. Because, anyways, that's not the problem. That's not what's really going on here. Scorpio's problem is they're always trying to change things around them. And in addition to that, many Scorpios are actually gray lizards. The lowest form of a Scorpio is the gray lizard. And they have this in them. And they like, sometimes they don't even know. They slide into it, they slide out of it, and they can't even realize it. But Scorpio's got this like, they want to, they have all of this passion, this desire, but it's overwhelming. And unlike the other water signs that, all of the water signs have are overwhelmed with this emotional joie de vivre. And it's not just a joie de vivre, it's also uh, an intimate relationship with uh, the dark side of life as well. And so they taste and commune with light and darkness and good and bad and evil, and they see this and they feel, and it's this constant struggle. Uh, and for the most part, they don't want to, they're reserved but they want to help. The Scorpios are a helping sign, and they feel it. Like Virgo, Scorpio needs a bit of validation. But unlike Virgo, Scorpio is more than willing to go it alone. And that's the action. All right, next. Number 3, Dorkio. Number 2. All right, number 2. This is easy. The crybabies. Right, you know the crybabies. No, I'm not talking about the guys who got the, Number 3, ruled by the moon. So you don't really know what they're doing, right? The moon is like, oh, I see the moon. Oh, I don't see the whole moon. I only see half of the moon. Then, hey, where'd the moon go? Well, the moon was right here a second ago. Why would the moon is that? They're the closest luminary to the Earth, unless you count like Sputnik, unless you count the Major League Baseball satellite. The moon is the closest luminary to the Earth. So it's right there, but you never see the whole moon at any time. And so there's a lot about the next sign, the number 2 most complicated sign that you really don't know, and that's Cancer. So now, on one hand, Cancer is like the little clowns of the zodiac. You know, the Cancers are always goofing around. They're always fun. They want to be happy. They're Cancers are the la 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 la. I just want to sit and paint and draw, and maybe I'll go over here and you know do this thing, and then I'll go over here and multitask, and I'll go over this and I'll do that, and I'll go over that. And so like they're always doing something. They're a cardinal sign, but like you can't really nail down a Cancer. You can't really do it. It's so they're also a cardinal sign. So watch out. All the cardinal signs will walk off, and cardinal signs can be very sneaky. So watch out for it. Anyways, what do we have here? Cancer is ruled by the moon, so you never really know what they're doing. You never see the whole deal with Cancer. They're also got this crab action, right? They're always moving sideways, so you really can't keep pace with them. You can't say okay, 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 okay. And they're also, so like, they're always doing this kind of thing, and so you can't. It's not. It's they're like. So you're like, it's like this. So you guys, you're waiting to go out with your Cancer, and they're like, 1 sec, I'll be there in 1 sec. And the next thing you know, you go inside, and they're like, they're suddenly doing their taxes. And you're like, what the hell are you doing? We got to get to the movie. Or you're like, well, stop rushing me, stop rushing me. And I'm like, rushing you? You're doing your taxes. Or like, like, what the hell are you doing? Or you're like, all right, I just want to go to they're the Cancer is like the queens of tagging shit on the errand. You're like, all right, it's gonna be a second. I just want to go to the store and get some milk. The next thing you know, they gotta stop. They go to you're gonna go to the store to go for milk, right? But no. They gotta stop and check in at the baseball game. Oh, are we gonna watch the baseball game for? I thought we were gonna watch this. We're gonna get milk later. I'm like, seriously, man? That's not part of the gig. That's not what I signed on for. So watch out when you're dealing with a Cancer. If you put Cancer in the driver's seat, you ain't gonna get where you're gonna get. I'm just gonna let you know. You're gonna get there like down the road, man. So watch out for it. That's another thing. Now here we go. There's another thing. Cancers are always slow. They are always late, always slow, always doing something, and you're like, oh, hello. You could go for a date with the Cancer, and you'll be sitting there on the couch, and then she'll be like, oh, 5 minutes, and then some guy walks out of her bedroom, and you're like, excuse me, and she's like, what? You're early for your date? Don't blame me. And they're gonna throw that on you. It's worse than dealing with the Libra. At least a Libra would let you come in the room and like, taste the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that kind of nasty, right? But I'm just saying, a Libra is gonna invite you in, but like a Cancer, they're gonna like, and they're gonna throw it back on you. You're late. You're early. I told you not to be here. You're early. And then they're gonna cry, and it's all over, and you're like, oh God, why did I do this? I should have just hung out with. Anyways, and so that's what's going on with Cancer. Now, here's a myth. Cancer is always slow. They are always late. They are always doing some kind of nonsense. They are easily distracted. But they are not always crying. To think that a Cancer is always, they might be dead inside. But they're not always crying. No, they're always crying. Yeah, no, Sonny's wrong. I can be wrong. They're always crying. They're always fun, and they're always up for an adventure. But Cancer they're seriously moody flakes. Now, the deal with the most unpredictable signs here, or they're not unpredictable, the most complicated signs are, if you give everything to a Cancer, if you're like, this is why the earth signs have problems with Cancer. If you're like, this is it. We give you this, we give you this, we give you this, we give you this, we give you this. You get every single thing you want. They could still not be happy because the tangibles don't satiate Cancer's emotional hunger. It's that simple. So a Virgo, you can't fill, stuff will only temporarily fill that emotional void. All right, next, whatever. This video is dragging ass, man. Next, number 1, have you figured it out yet? Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, no, I'm not looking like a. I'm not looking. All right, no, number 1, obviously ruled by Neptune, which is a planet of escapism, doing things their own way, martyr syndrome, and major flakes. That's Pisces. Pisces is the most complicated sign of the zodiac. Very easily. Pisces are two fish swimming away from problems. The whole deal, I think, was Venus and Cupid are running, they escape into the water to escape typhoon. And what happens? So he's attacking them. So Pisces are, by definition and description of their sign, escaping. Pisces is the planet of escapism. They are the sign of escapism. They're trying to heal you at all times, even if you don't need healing. This is what they do. So if you don't need healing, they're going to cut you another asshole so that they have something to eat, to heal. And so you have to watch out. Pisces is by far and away the biggest flakes of the zodiac. They constantly spew nonsense. That's obvious. They completely make it up as they go along. But Pisces can be serious high achievers as well. So watch out for super duper high achievers. But that's only if you can focus. A Pisces, which is not always easy. You know, Pisces needs to be taken in chunks. Pisces is another one of those signs that no matter, like, they're attracted to shiny things. So you could be like, they're always wiggling away and wiggling away and wiggling away. They're like Gemini, you know. Pisces is an extremely curious sign, but their curiosity isn't satiated by ideas or things. It's like, that's what it said. Do you know Pisces is the sign that Pisces will have sex with you if they feel sorry for you? Seriously. That's the thing. You want to know how to seduce a Pisces? You gotta say, oh, I'm gonna be. But anyways, just letting you know, that's the deal with Pisces. Pisces is always trying to heal you. Okay, I'm getting sideways. So Pisces, here's the deal. Pisces, no matter what they get, it's not enough. Pisces needs, Pisces, like Virgo, they have a need to feel wanted. They need to feel like they're helping you. They need to feel like they're succeeding in doing a good thing. And Pisces is the stuff around, right? The 12th house is around you. Pisces like to change you, and by extension change the world. But by definition, they're escaping. And you can't, unless you're like some kind of seduction kung fu master, you can't reach in and grab a fish. Like, wah, wah. You can't, they say you can like drag a man to water, but you can't make him fish. Or you can, to get a Pisces, you got to sparkle, and you have to let the Pisces come to you. And that's the deal. You have to be a little bit wounded. You have to show a little bit of blood in the water to get the shark. And that's the deal. That's what you have to do. A little bit of blood is going to bring the fish wondering what the hell's going on. And that's the deal. So, you can talk to your Pisces all you want. What are you doing with the guy? He's a drug addict. He's a loser. That's complicated. And you're like, well, it's complicated. The number one sign of being complicated is the number one sign that says it's complicated. Why are you with this guy? It's complicated. Why did you do that? It's complicated. How come you're not doing it? It's complicated. Really? Actually, Cancer says that a lot too. But Cancer's not even remotely as complicated as Pisces. You can corral the crabs. You can be like, all right, if you can have an open schedule, you can handle the crabs. The crabs want to have fun. They don't want to be pressured. They want to play. They want to feel safe. Pisces doesn't want any of that. Pisces wants to move towards you, and that's the deal. They move towards the shiny. Fish smell the blood. They smell the food. They smell the money. They smell this. They wiggle towards that. They're leaving pressure and moving towards the shiny, and that's the action. It's really not that complicated when you think about it. All you got to do to seduce a Pisces is bleed a little bit, and they're going to come and try and heal you. It's not really that complicated. But if you don't get it, like all the signs of the zodiac, if you don't get it, if you don't respect them, then it's going to be complicated. If you don't understand that an Aries is playing, you're going to think otherwise. If you don't understand that a Sagittarius just wants to get out there, take their clothes off and run around in the jungle, then like you're gonna be like, what's going on? If you don't understand that an Aquarius is trying to start a party, then you're gonna get complicated. If you don't understand that a Scorpio is a miserable SOB who's completely FOS, then you're gonna think he's complicated. But Scorpio really is complicated. And so, but not to them. They're too slow to be complicated. And that's the action, guys. And that's the action. Taurus not complicated. They're peaceful. And that's the deal. So that's the deal. Those are the top four most complicated signs of the zodiac. For the most part, they're complicated because they're motivated by intangibles. You know, when I was a hypnotherapist, I used to tell my clients all the time, it's, when we talk about chains and anchors and things, when we're dealing with emotional connections with things, there are things that haven't even been invented yet that's going to dig into you emotionally and going to have an emotional pull, like children. There are kids that haven't maybe you haven't had kids yet, and you know you're going to have give birth to a kid that's not even born yet, and when the kid's born, you're going to have this emotional connection with that. you know there are going to be things that are things are going to be invented that you're going to have an emotional connection to. So it's not like something is tangible. You can't just walk away from it, or you can't just see it coming like a like the earth signs, or you can't just do it like a fire sign. You can't just talk about it like an air sign. But then emotional water sign, there are things, like I said, that haven't even been invented yet, that haven't been discovered yet, that's going to create these emotional reactions and these complicated these complicated emotional pulls with the water sign. So that's the action, man. That's it. If you want a personal reading, if you feel as if you're ready for a personal reading, then just click the link in the description box below and set it up right now, and gladly look at your astrological chart. If you haven't done subscribe to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel. And by all means, if you're into really cool apps, then download the Sunnyside Astrology app. That's the action. From thesunnyside.net, I'm Sonny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a super beautiful day. And I'll see you guys.